Hi everyone, I am here with my next film from my collection, and this time I'm going to do the genre family. Um, so when I pick a film for the genre family, what I'm looking for is a film that is family oriented, meant for a family to sit down and watch together, or sometimes it can just be a children's film. So for this video, I have decided to do the film Matilda. So Matilda came out in 1996. Was directed by Danny DeVito, who is also known for having directed The War of the Roses in 1989. Also, Throw Mama from the Train in 1987. The film was written by Nicholas Kazan, known for having written Bicentennial Man in 1999, and Robin Swicord, who wrote Little Women in 1994. This is a family comedy film, and the actors include Mara Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rhea Perlman, Embeth Davidtz, and Pam Ferris. This film is an adaptation by the children's book of the same name by Roald Dahl. The first time that I saw this film, um, I remember watching it not wanting to. This was a film that my sister had introduced to me. She liked the film very much, and so I was in the room and I was watching it, and I ended up really liking the film quite a bit. Of course, I bought it for my collection, and what really captured me the most was how the film treated the magic of reading and the power of knowledge. Um, I think we all lose sight of that sometimes. How what reading can do for the soul, for the mind. That was one of the things that got my attention on the movie because at the time I was already a big fan of reading. So the characters in the film include Matilda, who was played by Mara Wilson. She's a sweet little girl who develops powers, and the powers is from the knowledge that she has gained over years because of all the reading that she does. She taught herself how to read. Another character was Miss Honey, who was played by Embeth, a sweet, loving, encouraging teacher who just embraces Matilda and wants to support her in every way. And then Miss Trunchbull, who is played by Pam Ferris, and she is the mean, unruly, masculine principal of the middle school, and she has a real threatening presence to everyone that comes around her. Other character, so Danny DeVito is also in the film. He plays Matilda's father. Rhea Perlman plays her mother. Um, and so the themes of this movie include power of knowledge, bullying, friendship, and family. What it means to be a family, or who are your real family. I did some research on this film, and some interesting things that I found out about the film, about the production, was Pam Ferris, who played Miss Trunchbull. She suffered a great deal during the making of this movie, and just a couple of examples was during some of the scenes where Matilda was using some of her powers to attack her, she actually got chalk in her eyes in several takes, and she tore her finger in one moment of the film, which I don't want to give away because some of them is fun. It's a fun film. It's definitely a family-oriented film. But it's a family-oriented film with some serious subjects appropriate for family. Uh, if I had to pick my favorite sequence in the film, and this was hard, I would have to say it's the sequence of when you see Matilda discover the joy of reading, how she finds the library, what the library means, and what she can do there, And over the years, she just reads. She takes herself there as a little girl and just reads and reads and reads. And to me, that's definitely my favorite part of the film. Um, might be a little sappy, but I really reading is important to me, and so again, that's what drew me to the film, and I think that's why that's my favorite sequence in the film. I used to have this film on DVD, but it was a part of that cult set that I mentioned before in another video that was it just disappeared, and so I was able to purchase the film now as a Blu-ray. So I do have it on Blu-ray, and I have a digital copy of the film as well. So I gave the film a 3.5 stars on my collector's app, and I would recommend it. 3.5 stars is not bad, um, but for family, I definitely think this is a must watch with your family, especially with kids. If you want to encourage them to read, encourage them to see the power of learning and knowledge, this is the perfect film for them. And maybe even check out the children's book. And there is a Broadway musical after this, the book. And I did have a chance to see that this past year, and it's an impressive musical. Yeah, some of my students were on it, so I was happy to see it. Anyway, I will see you next time with my next film. The next one should be in the genre of horror. Have a good day.